Good evening, distinguished Normandy Collaborative Schools Board of Education. Thank you for allowing me to stand before you yet again on behalf of the entire district music department and the fine arts department. It honestly is very nice knowing that you were interested in our proposal and curious to find out what we uncovered in terms of data. Tonight's presentation will include a handout plus the data charts in your hands as we go along in the PowerPoint. I promise to be brief, as the handout will give you more information on data analysis and new ideas for modern structures, flexible seating, and a district-wide elemental current curriculum overhaul, and implement the Bronx, New York-based music literacy curriculum strategy, Music and the Brain. I've had professional development with the creator herself of Music and the Brain, and it was one of the best and most memorable professional developments I've ever encountered in my teaching career. So much so that I included it into my curriculum proposal for the board meeting tonight so that we may begin finding funding for this music literacy program to implement to the elementals or request a grant writer. I want to speak on three things with hopes that we can meet further in private to begin implementation of new structures and curriculum and overhaul the current practices in progress here in Normandy. The following is what I wish to touch on tonight, just a tad bit. The action research that I've conducted on this topic during my master's degree journey that directly reflects and relates back to the lack of music resources in low-income school districts such as ours. Number two, the data that reflects this very thing occurring in Normandy, especially the music department and district-wide, and some proposed solutions, number three, that could be crucial in the revamp of the Normandy Music Department. During one of my master's courses this summer, we were required to take a data analysis and education course to assess school data properly and how to accurately use educational data to implement new strategies and also to implement improvement plans for students and teachers. This class, along with a class that I'm currently taking called Academic Inquiry, which is an action research-based class behind a pressing educational issue within your building or within the district as a whole. These courses have afforded me so much information in the area of determining certain educational issues as it relates to socioeconomic status, location, pre-pandemic and post-pandemic data, and a host of others. Please keep in mind that any data that I refer to is public knowledge, and after reading several articles and compiling district data, I've discovered the following things that are directly related to lack of music resources in low-income school districts, such as us, Normandy. According to an article written by Vincent C. Bates in the 2018 Music Educators Journal, 43% of American children live in low-income families and 21% live in poverty. In our school district, we serve several municipalities: Felda City, Beverly Hills, Hillsdale, Normandy, Wellston, Country Club Hills, Norwood Hills, Northwoods, Pagedale, Crimson, TESDA, and Lucas Hunt Village. As a district, 87% of students live in low-income families. Felda City and Beverly Hills are tied at 89%, along with TESDA, in their municipalities of children coming from low-income families. Beverly Hills is currently at 71%. Hillsdale is at 88%. City of Normandy is at 82%. Wellston is at 91% of students coming from low-income families. Country Club Hills is at 61%. Norwood Hills is at 73%. Northwoods is at 59%. Pagedale is at 73%. Crimson is at 84%. And Lucas Hunt Village is at 86%. 100% of students in the Normandy School District receive free or reduced lunch. These statistics are key in explaining why students aren't interested in playing an instrument they'd have to pay a rental fee for. Most of the time, are trying to find jobs to help support the household, or they have jobs and they're playing sports and they're involved in school and they are still coming from low-income families and they don't really have much to contribute. Then I sent out a Google survey to all current music students in the 7th through 12th grade and asked them a series of questions in regards to the instrumental and vocal music program. Currently, there are 137 students enrolled in either band or choir or both grades, 7th through 12th grade. All 137 students stated that if their first year of their instrumental program were taken care of, they could find a means to continue paying for the rental fee for their instrument until it was theirs, until they'd paid for the whole thing. And they'd continue on in the music program in the Normandy School District until they graduated. The first year they could spend trying to figure out how to fund it. Our orchestra and theater department are beginning to thin out, and Regine, who teaches orchestra, and Christopher Daniels, who teaches theater, are working hard to keep these programs afloat. They are both spread between all 7 schools in our district, not including the Early Childhood Center. The hiring of 2 instrumental teachers and 2 theater teachers would be ideal in this revamped transition for the department. This allows for teachers to be able to focus more on the building and building the programs and the retention of students in the program instead of cutting corners and creating stressful work environments for these 2. They are overloaded and they cannot give their all to their students. There is definitely money in the district budget for this. Per distinguished board member Jasper Perkins, he stated that the current reserve total is $5.72 million, with $1.6 million allotted to technology upgrades and other things around the district for this school year. There is money in the budget to allot for 4 new hires next school year that are completely certified in music or drama. There is also district grant money specifically for the arts that was hidden using bizarre verbiage called Music and Arts Grant from the Music and Arts franchise in St. Louis. They started a program using their government relief funds to help underprivileged districts jumpstart their music program after COVID. Why weren't those funds dispersed? And why did they say food service as a cover-up instead of the music and arts, which is what it was? This is disturbing, and our department would like more in-depth explanations as to why this is occurring when we do have our meeting together. There are simple solutions, but we understand sometimes people won't take the time to actually listen to us to see how these issues could be instantly be resolved and start a path of building for the future of the music program. We are currently sitting on a gold mine path to progress and success in the Fine Arts Department. Administration and teachers need to form a guiding coalition to ensure students are getting exactly what they need and deserve. The data is clear in pointing out that these things can be done if we work together with the genuine intention to revamp and overhaul the current curriculum and practices and refresh them with more modern strategies and approaches in the classroom and within the Department of Fine Arts. We are asking now that we meet in private again on the next round, hashing out solutions so that next year will be completely solid. I did send the PowerPoint used this evening to present details to you again. That's in your email so that you can make a decision based off the statistics that I've presented this evening. Thank you for your time once again.